we'd just begun to live. White lace and promises, a kiss for luck, and we're on our way.
We've only begun.
Before the rising sun, we fly. So many roads to choose. We start out walking and learn to run.
And yet we've just begun.
Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way, talking it over, just the two of us, working together day to day, together. And when the evening comes, we smile. So much of life ahead. We'll find a place where there's room to grow.
And yet we've just begun.
Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way, talking it over, just the two of us, working together day to day, together, together. And when the evening comes, we smile. So much of life ahead. We'll find a place where there's room to grow.
Live from Temple, Israel, it's Ellen and Lenny's wedding. I'm Ellen.
I'm Lenny.
Lenny and Ellen, I wish you many, many years of happiness, and may all your dreams come true. Lots of luck. See you later. That's it.
Lenny and Ellen, I voted for the no speech amendment, but it lost. I taught your father Morris how to drive a car. To get to my home, he had to travel by land, sea, and air from Staten Island in 1950, before the Verrazano Bridge was built.
Right.
He had to go by ferry, and he made it. He was oriented community-wide, secretary of the New York City Utilities Union, pals with the congressman on Staten Island, and all the politicos. A top education for his children was a must.
Mm-hmm.
In 1969, he visited his hometown where he grew up with his wife, Ann Lenny, who was at that time 11 years old. It was the 300th sesquicentennial celebration of Westerly, Rhode Island. Among the friends of the local newspaper were his former high school classmates, who really publicized the event. He was also captain of the high school track team. Tonight, his spirit is with us. To lovely Ellen and her newly acquired Lenny, I now give a toast as soon as the liquid is presented to me. God bless them.
on down.
Okay, we're done. Oh, hi.
Okay. And now can we have the Kaplans, please? Okay, we want to have Mary, Rosalind, Isaac, and the children.
Hi. I'm Zach Rose. I'm from Illinois, Wilmette. Chicago, whatever.
Your job is to be
Okay,
Ellen's
Isaac, come on in a
cousin.
little.
My job is to be Ellen's cousin. Same with him. What else?
What else?
Hi, I'm Dan, and Ellen's my cousin, and Lenny's soon to be my cousin, and I'm his brother, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and pictures are really fun.
Bride and all of her bridesmaids, okay?
All right. That means we're finished.
Come on, Bill.
Slow.
Come on, Bill.
That's it.
We're on video. This is our time. You think I'm kidding? Ellen will understand.
I'm Marcy. I'm hi Sue. Sister. No, I'm not really Marcy. I'm B.
And I'm Sister Shapiro. We're twins. Don't we look a lot alike? We've been hearing that.
We spoke up here.
Actually, we're triplets. Three of us. Quadruplets. Sister Schwartz and I'm Sister Shapiro. I'm Roz, Lenny's sister.
And Ellen.
I'm Nicole, Ellen's cousin.
And Ellen.
That's the serious side there. I'm the bride, I'm Ellen. I don't have a code name.
Thanks for sharing.
Only you and Larry should be happy.
My name is Mishi Yomtovian. My job is going to school. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm 8 years old. What else?
Give it to him.
Skip me. No, you have. No, you have. No. Yeah, I don't.
All right.
I don't want to.
You say that I'm here for Uncle Lenny's wedding?
No. You
The
talk first.
flower girl. Give it to
You
me,
talk
Michelle.
Her name is Ezzy Yomtovian. Her job is going to school. And I know more than Misha. She's 6 years old. I'm too shy. Misha, do it. No, Misha, give it to me. Her name is Leia.
The gentleman here on my right is John Cutt, who hails from that fine town of Piscataway, New Jersey.
Actually pronounced Piscataway, Lenny.
This is a family video, John.
Well, I don't really have much to say except that Lenny was one of the best gentlemen that I ever lived with and slept with. But now we'll pass it on to Brian, who was one of the other gentlemen in the life of Lenny.
I don't know, John. I think you said it all.
Brian Davis is also a good friend from originally New York, and we both live in Chicago now. Brian Davis.
I don't know what to say, Lenny. Except that we saw a lot of Lenny until he met Ellen. So as far as I'm concerned, she's really come between us.
Brian has got great teeth.
Thanks, Lenny.
Great teeth. The next gentleman here is a very special person, David Ehrman, who is actually the reason this whole thing is taking place today. He introduced me to Ellen.
Well, it's true that I introduced them, but I'm not sure I'm the reason they're together today. But it's a pleasure to be here, and we're looking forward to a great night. I'm not sure where you guys are going to splice this in, but in real time, this is the beginning of the night.
And standing over here on our far right is Peter Sarnow, who I worked with for many years in Long Island, who now hails from Denver, and I'm very glad he could come in and be part of the ceremony.
Well, I had many funny hours with Lenny in the laboratory, especially when he tried to do research. And,
funny hours.
He tried. He did well. We showed him how to run protein shells. And with time, he really got it done well.
Thank you.
Hello, Ellen, dear. Can you hear me, honey? You look beautiful today. All my love and all everything to be good. I love you. I love you. I love you both.
Such a wonderful, wonderful occasion. Ellen, you look absolutely magnificent, and Lenny, you're just a doll, and we welcome you with open arms to our family. I know you're going to have a wonderful life together. We love you all. Good luck and much nachas.
This is Isaac Yom Tovian. Lenny's brother-in-law, married to Roslyn. I'm here with my 3 daughters, Misha, Ezzy, and Leah. We are very honored to be in this holy and beautiful occasion, the wedding of Ellen and Lenny. No matter what age we are, we always, when we go to a wedding, remember our own wedding. We are very excited. We are looking forward for the rest of the ceremony, and we wish the Kaplans and Rosens Mazel Tov, and we hope that Lenny and Ellen will have a beautiful life and healthy one. Mazel Tov.
It's getting my, I know. Hi, you got me getting my lipstick on. What can I say? I need lipstick to be alive. This is before the wedding. I'm pretty calm, aren't I? I think I'll sit down. A lot of dark mascara on before a bridal party. I recommend using Borghese. It's a wonderful type of mascara, of course. It goes on smoothly, and hopefully we'll see it's waterproof. We might not know that, but later we'll see. Don't forget the blues on. And the blues on. Marcy will tell you about the blues on over there. What we like to do is put a little blues on, and I don't know how many times we've gone out to lunch, I say, what do I say to you? She says, honey, you need a little blues on. Yeah. And I told her 2 things when growing up. 1, feel good about who you are as a person. 2, always wear blues on. And those are 2 of the most important things. And I added the Borghese mascara, and then you have it all. Oh, they're on camera, you notice? Oh my God. It works like a dream.
I just want to say something.
It's like the springtime.
This is wonderful. This is just wonderful. You look beautiful, and it's a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we're going to enjoy it. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Michelle?
Okay. Ellen. You have like been at the mirror. She has been at the mirror the whole time. The least she could do is like let her friends or her, like other bridesmaids use it. You look enough. You look stunning. You're the bride. You're blushing. You're glowing. It's like up on us. She's a Shayna Maidala.
Marcy.
Kanina Harbor. She's a sister to me.
And I love you. I love you too. I'm so honored to have her as my sister. She's amazing. And our sister Lauren isn't here, but we love her. And she's here in spirit.
That's right.
She's not with us, but she's with us in spirit.
That's right. Let me put it on.
So is cousin Linda here in spirit. She told
Well,
me to
Ellen,
tell you that.
now it's Dad's turn. You can't keep making up. Just be Dad. Tonight is your night, and you're very special. I love you.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you on the aisle, kid.
Okay. It's my dad. He's a great guy.
This is my Ellen Bob.
Grandma, can you get
Thanks, Dad.
See you later.
I'm such a camera hog. I just want to tell you and Austin, I love you. I wish you the best of
We've known each other since kindergarten.
27 years.
Incredible.
27 years.
Oh, and here's my grandma. This is my grandma Helen.
You're back in here. And who I want to go to the potty, please.
Thanks, Grandma. Thank you.
Leslie, do you want to take your dress off when you go? Are you sure? I can take it off.
Oh, can I leave the room now, please? Ellen, we wish the best for you and a long life of health and happiness, and we wish you the kind of happiness that we have.
Took a long time, El, but finally here. I'm happy and proud of all my family, and that Ellen is the first of many to be married.
Really?
It's good.
Best of everything else.
Yeah.
The certificate of marriage, the ketubah. Isaac E. Yom Tov Yan.
Now, I need you, this is going to happen 3 times, to sign it on this line and print it over here. We're going to do that 3 times.
Okay. And this is marriage license, state of Michigan.
Sign it, print it. Sign
Name
over
of
here.
witness, all right.
You are consecrated to me with this ring.
And then you print.
As my wife, in accordance with the laws of God.
Know that he looks as if he could be your son.
I've been told that.
Give him a
I
mustache.
get asked every party.
Give him a mustache.
In a few years.
This is your legal license.
My son was your age. He used to work for a photographer. It cost me so much money
We
with
file the rest of it with
the
this.
jackets because of that strap.
I know.
So don't ruin your jacket. You're leaving that strap on. Is it heavy? No. Okay.
And we're all going to look down and lonesome.
Do you sign like a doctor?
One picture now looking up. Put your pen down there. Well, look up, look up.
Thank you. I know that song.
Yeah, we are now 5 minutes from kickoff time. We're going to have the bride sign. Oh, we're going to have you sign this one too.
Wait a minute.
I have to sign that one.
This one where it says groom, bridegroom.
There. Did you get?
Why don't you go stand right back in the
That's gorgeous.
You go stand, dear Ellen.
Do I sign my name now, Roseanne?
Yes.
What happened to your
Probably entertaining
I lost the name.
crowd.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Okay, and the rabbi's going to put another one down there for you to sign. Can you hold
Did you
on
get
to
a
this
picture of
moment?
that?
This is your life, Ellen Rosa.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
That's the ketubah, Misha. You know what that is?
No.
That's the marriage legal document that he.
Now, since
Says
the
you're
wedding's going to
married.
begin in about 3-4 minutes, hold on to this.
Yes.
And you're going to stand you up.
Yeah.
Hold on to the pen. You're going to make believe you're signing in a minute.
Okay.
And we're going to surround you with these lovely ladies and the rabbi.
Can you get in here?
Yeah.
I want the grandfathers.
Okay, sir, turn in a little bit, please. Good. Okay, Rabbi,
Should I be
close.
looking down or up?
Okay,
We'll
like
all
all of
look
you
at the
look at me.
signing.
Jeremy, turn your light off. Just drop it.
Yeah.
Just forget your light. Turn right off.
Right there, sir.
Flowers back a little
Camera. This camera.
Good. Everybody,
Do I look at you
good.
now?
Everybody look at what she's signing, please.
At the signing.
Good.
At the signing.
Good. Now, if you all look at me. Ready?
Now,
Here
what?
we go. Everybody look up here. Here we go. Look here.
Wait.
Good. Okay, let's do it again. Please,
1
without
minute.
her head. Here we
Not
go.
come in.
Good.
Do not come in.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
in 1 minute we're going to line everyone up. Rabbi.
Tony, I got you. You're right.
We've been a brick.
Yeah. So down.
One last drink before hitting the road.
Thanks.
Good girl.
You made my day.
You got your
Brick.
All the girls have their bright bouquets.
It's nice that none of us are nervous. Isn't it? Very poised people. Nobody is nervous. We know our parts. And if they like us here, we're taking it in the room.
So she should be the third. Third, and then we sit at.
And then they sit the fourth and fifth. David would go at the first step on top.
Isaac apparently is decided to do some other things at this point in time, so we're going for an alternate best man. Wonder what's become of Isaac.
Isaac,
Where art thou? You are now best man.
Who wants to volunteer to take his place?
Kids.
Kids, this is not funny. No, it's not. Oh, Isaac.
Very sad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we could have had all the others down. Grandma's walking down, waving at everybody.
David, color David.
It's like she's Miss America. She's probably talking to somebody. Dancing.
Slowly, slowly.
Your mother is stopping to say hello to everybody. It's alright, it's cute.
They go now?
Grandma's cute.
Real cute.
Are we ready?
And John,
Look up. Look up and ready. Look, guys. Have a beautiful smile. Go slow. Real slow, kids. Look up, guys. Have a beautiful smile. You relax. Smile. You look great. Okay. Good luck. Go slow. And look up, guys. Flowers. That's it. Okay. Good luck. Go ahead, honey. You go right up there.
you.
Thank you. Get down there. Thanks.
You didn't even know that this was grown. I did it.
Oh,
We did.
okay.
You remember everything.
You want? Oh, Mary. Well, at least it made it down the aisle and back.
At least I lasted through the stairwell.
You did good, Isaac.
Yeah, when Isaac helped you do the wedding.
Man, I could use a drink, I'll tell you.
I'll drink to that. I'm a bride.
She's the bride.
Legitimized all our children. How you doing?
Be safe, Lily.
Maybe she has food in her teeth.
I always do.
That's right. Oh, your drips are right down your neck.
How are you locally tonight? How about a coffee run?
Wonderful people. Enjoyed the wedding very much.
I've known Lenny since the day my mother brought him home from the hospital. And he's been a nice guy ever since, including the day he was born. So l'chaim to Lenny and Ellen.
Just like her sister.
Well, if I had a drink, I'd drink to Lenny and Ellen. And even though I don't have a drink, I'll drink to them anyway because I know Lenny about a day after he was brought home from the hospital. Thank you. Okay. That's right. And I love him very much, and I love his beautiful new wife. Good luck.
Oh,
something nice.
Here's your drink.
This is the best man speaking here. We had a lovely time here. We wish the Khatan V'Kala Mazel Tov, many years of happiness. We are very proud to be part of the family of Rosen, and Rosen to be part of the family of Kaplan and Yom Tovia. Mazel Tov.
I have never heard a more gorgeous ceremony. It was the most beautiful ceremony I've really ever heard.
Tender and beautiful and touching ceremony, and we wish the bride and groom every happiness. They are a gorgeous couple.
Absolutely.
And I hope that they will just have nothing but nachas. And
amen. I second that.
The traditions of this enormous family.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And of course, inherit the sense of humor of the father-in-law.
They already have that.
Do they?
They sure do.
It's a match.
Congratulations to Ellen and Lenny. Much luck and love and happiness as you begin your life together. We're so honored to share this special day with you.
Mazel tov. Congratulations, Ellen.
Have a beautiful
You too,
life
Lenny.
for beautiful people.
The same here. Tongue tie.
Ellen and Lenny, lots of mazel to you both. You're both just great.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I can say this is one of the most beautiful weddings we've ever seen. Very, very pretty. Thank you very much.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Wine's great. Wine's even better.
I'd like to wish congratulations to Lenny and Ellen and all the best in the world.
Good luck.
Buddy, hello. I should be in pictures, but I'm not. This is Uncle Mal speaking. And I want to wish the newlyweds the best of everything. They should only have the mazel and glick that I wish them, and life will be very wonderful. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
I just think you're the most wonderful couple. Anything else you want me to say? Much happiness.
Well, we came a long way for the wedding. We came from San Diego, and we wish you all the best. And if you're ever in San Diego, please look us up. We love you.
Lynn, it was really fun standing up for you, and I'm glad that I could do it. I hope you're really happy with Lenny. He's really sweet.
Well, Ellen, I've known you for a long time now, and I'm really glad to be here, and I hope you and Lenny are very happy together. Well, I'm having a great time. See you later.
Ellen, the Waynes, the Friedmans want to wish you all the best. To two wonderful, lucky people, and have a wonderful, happy, healthy life together. And thank you very much for having us here.
Are you sorry? This is my mother, Mary Kaplan. Thank you very much for everything. Just warming up here. Ready to see all the friends and family. Thank you.
Mrs. Kaplan, may I have the pleasure of kissing you? My gosh. I tell you, I was so excited up there, my God.
And this is...
I'm Mary.
And we are so delighted with what's going on here this evening.
Ellen makes a gorgeous bride, and she's one of a few to come.
Absolutely. And one of our favorite people, and we wish both she and Lenny all the love in the world.
Ditto.
I'm Ellen's great aunt, Etta. Everyone in the world has to have a great aunt, Etta. And I love Ellen and Lenny. They're wonderful, and I'm happy that they got married, and they're going to be a great couple. Thank you for your interview.
Ellen and Lenny, this is really beautiful. It was just beautiful, and I wish you all the luck. I think you'll be really happy. Bye-bye.
Just looking for my dad, that's all. Yeah, this is my Aunt Betty and Uncle Harold from Florida. They came in for the wedding especially. A real pleasure.
What a beautiful affair.
Say something, say something.
I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. Lenny and Ellen, I love your mother and dad so much. And your grandma sitting here with us was the hit of the whole party going down the aisle. It was just wonderful. I wish you all the love and all the mazel. Enjoy your life together. It was so marvelous being here. Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. It's the most beautiful wedding, and everything I see and hear, I'm going to use all that was at the rabbi said when I get married. And believe me, ha, ha, ha. Aunt Helen's going to sing.
I'll be there with her.
and great Aunt Helen is going to sing, "You're Nobody Until Somebody Loves You." Oh, sing it, baby. You're nobody until sing here. Because Herbie's going to, just sing it, Helen, sing it. Yeah, go, just say, just talk, sing.
You're nobody till somebody loves you.
You're nobody.
You're nobody till somebody cares. You think you're the king of everything. No, you know your heart is not made of gold.
Yeah,
that's it.
Nobody.
Preserving NIH grants.
He's very good. Very good. Right there. This guy.
Welcome. And
You think this is a wedding? This is really our golf.
It's our golf
Are
outing.
you ready? Are you taking this?
Yeah, sure he is.
This is our golf outing. It's just coincidental that she got married.
Right. And next year, it's at your place.
It's
You're
my
responsible
place.
for
Right,
the whole thing.
right.
And I
Thank
love
you.
your purple nose. Hi, we're Pam and Josh.
Hi,
I'm Josh.
I'm Pam.
And we know Ellen and Lenny quite well.
We do. We just want to wish you guys all the best in the world. We love you. We know that your spirits will be together forever.
And besides that, we're going to have a good time tonight.
See you later.
Bye.
Well, my friends, the time has come. Raise the roof and have some fun. Throw away the work to be done. Let the music play on. Everybody sing, everybody dance. Lose yourself in wild romance. We're going to party, caramba, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. We're going to party, caramba, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. All night long, all night, all night long, all night, all night long, all night, all night long. Oh, yeah. People dancing all in the street. See the rhythm all in their feet. Life is good, wild and sweet. Let the music play on, play on, play on. Feel it in your heart and feel it in your soul. Let the music take control. We're going to party, climbing, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. We're going to party, climbing, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing my song. All night long. Oh, all night long. Yes, all night long. Yeah, all night long. Yeah, once you get started, you can't sit down. Come join the fun, it's a merry-go-round. Everyone's dancing their troubles away. Come join our party, see how we play. Sambolite said the moja. Yeah, jumbo jumbo, wait to party, oh wait go. Oh jumbo la, Sambolite said the moja. Yeah, jumbo jumbo.
Married now for about how long, hon?
Let's see.
It's been like this with cufflinks. About An hour or
About
so.
an hour or
About
so, give or take a few.
And we definitely notice a difference here. There is a definite warmth and spirituality to this.
A lot of relief and a lot of happiness.
Absolutely. And we're glad that you could be here too.
And we want to say something to our kids in the future. And that is...
All, how many of them?
We're going to decide on that, but whoever's watching this someday, we love you. Right?
We're here to play for your listening and dancing pleasure, and you probably wonder what we need you to do right now. That is to stand up and clap along as we bring in the new Dr. and Mrs. Ellen and Lenny Kaplan.
We acknowledge the unity of all, expressing our appreciation for this wine, symbol of our rejoicing.
Thank you. Next is Cousin Paul Canner.
We acknowledge the unity of all, realizing that each separate moment and every distinct object points to and shares in this oneness. Mazel tov.
Thank you. Next is Cousin Judy Canner.
Embarrassing. I forgot to bring my line. So I just want to say we love you, Ellen and Lenny, and wish you lots of love.
Thank you. Cousin Judy Canner was going to say, we acknowledge the unity of all, recognizing and appreciating the blessing of being human. That's what she was going to say. Next we have Bill and Elaine Stoller.
We acknowledge the unity of all, realizing the special gift of awareness that permits us to perceive this unity, and the wonder we experience as a man and woman joined together to live as one.
Thank you. Next is Uncle Harold and Aunt Etta Proshansky.
We're going to be different. We split everything right down the middle. May rejoicing resound throughout the world as the homeless are given homes, persecution and oppression cease,
and all people learn to live in peace with each other and in harmony with their environment.
Thank you. Next is Cousin Susie Carlucci.
From the source of all energy, we call forth an abundance of love to envelope this couple. May they be for each other lovers and friends, and may their love partake of the same innocence, purity, and sense of discovery that we imagine the first couple to have experienced. Mazel tov.
Thank you. And finally we have Aunt Lisa Rose.
We acknowledge the unity of all, and we highlight today joy and gladness, bridegroom and bride, delight and cheer, love and harmony, peace and companionship. May we all witness the day when the dominant sounds in Jerusalem and throughout the world will be these sounds of happiness, the voices of lovers, the sounds of feasting and singing. Praised is love, blessed be this marriage. May the bride and bridegroom rejoice together.
Very nice. Let's give them all a nice round of applause. Thank you very much for the beautiful sentiments.
From every human being there rises a light that reaches straight to heaven.
And when two souls that are derived to be together find each other, their streams of light flow together, and a single brighter light goes forth from their united being. Mazel tov.
Thank you. We have the Gittelsons and Laura and Rachel.
We shall always be committed to our families and friends who have supported and loved us. Let us strive to realize the best that is within us, giving thanks for the gifts of love that brought us together.
We
pray to God for the strength and determination to do instead of just dream, and to become instead of merely wish.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next is Sally Rotter and Ellen Israel.
We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end war, for we know that you have made the world in a way that we must find our own path to peace within ourselves and with our neighbors.
We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end starvation, for you have already given us the resources with which to feed the entire world if we would only use them wisely.
Thank you. Next is Lee Cohen and Cindy Green.
We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to root out prejudice, for you have already given us eyes with which to see the good in all people. If we would only use them rightly, we cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end despair, for you have already given us the power to clear away slums and to give hope, if we would only use our power justly.
Thank you. And finally, we have Mindy Schwartz.
We cannot merely pray to you, O God, to end disease, for you have already given us great minds with which to search out cures and healing, if we could only use them constructively. We therefore pray to you, O God, instead, for strength, determination, and willpower, to do instead of just to pray, to become instead of merely to wish. Mazel tov.
Thank you. A nice round of applause for these people who brought us those wonderful sentiments. Thank you. And now, to begin the meal, we're going to have the blessing over the wine.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Thank you very much. That's Uncle Howard Rose doing the blessing over the wine. And now, Grandpa Jack Rose will come and do the whole seed. Grandpa Jack Rose.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Thank you very much, Grandpa Jack Rose.
Yeah, you gotta cut this thing up.
To complete the ceremonies before the meal begins, we're going to have a couple people come up and do an English translation here for us. Let's give a nice round of applause to Bob and Joan as they come up while Grandpa Jack Rose is coming.
Open our senses to the blessings of the world around us. We remember creation and the Creator. We acknowledge that there is a source of power and purpose beyond ourselves.
The Infinite One created this bread. The bread comes from the earth, nourished by generations of matter, inorganic and organic. It has passed through stages from seed to fruit. It has passed through many hands and lands. It has been planted, reaped, threshed, and ground into flour, transported, baked, packaged, and purchased.
Before we eat, we remember all who have helped and recall our duty to return the gift, to return the energy about to be created, to build, to care, and to serve.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you. So glad you're all here. We want to give them. We get it after. Later. No. Thank you. Welcome everybody here. Thank you for coming.
I said to myself, this was fine. for the sake of every near, it's my own voice. And it repeats and repeats. Don't you know? You never do. Use your mentality. Wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop. Before I begin, I've got you under my skin. I've got you under my skin. Yeah, I've got you under my let's see 8 strong people holding on to the legs of the chair, all right? 8 people, 4 on each chair, please. dancing. Thank you. Thank you, folks, for joining us on the dance floor. Isaac, we need you for 1 second. Thank you.
I would like to congratulate Ellen and Lenny wedding. And what I was going to say, the rabbi already has said. So I will continue by saying, it is not often that you have a plus in a marriage. What I feel is that I'm gaining a son-in-law and also a friend. I have spent a couple of days with Lenny, and I have to say it has been 2 of the nicest days I've spent in years. He's truly a mensch, and I can only say how thrilled both Joan and I are, and I want to wish them all the happiness in the world, and hopefully they will be fruitful and multiply. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have some toasts from 2 bridesmaids in Major. Oh, wait, before we do this, 1 second. We've got 2 telegrams here. For the bride and groom, from Los Angeles, California. Dearest Ellen and Lenny, sorry we can't be with you this evening, but we're both working on a big case and celebrating our 20th anniversary. Wishing you much joy and happiness, Mr. and Mrs. Sam Bolt. Here's another telegram for the bride and groom. From Boca Raton, Florida, we have wishing you all the love and happiness in the world. Love, the Delarose. Okay, so apparently you know what that means. Okay, so here's the ladies in the party. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
For the second half of my toast, I just want to wish Ellen and Lenny many, many years of health and happiness, and I love you both. Yeah, that's it. So love.
This is a toast from me, Ellen's sister, and in doing that, I have to just share a little story with you all. I came home the other night from Chicago, and I was exhausted and ready to go to bed, and I went into the bathroom, and I sat down on the toilet, and I almost fell in. And with that, I'd like to welcome my new brother to the family. Having 4 girls in the family and my father, I haven't had much experience with falling into the toilet, so despite the almost casualty, I'd like to just welcome Lenny into our family and say good luck to both Ellen and Lenny, and I'd like to also just end by saying shalom, which means hello, goodbye, and peace, and hello to a new life together, goodbye to a single life, and peace to both of you in your marriage and in your love for one another. I love you both.
That I brought with me. Well, I know, like everyone by now knows how much work that Ellen and Lenny have put into the wedding. You've seen the letters that they wrote and all the research that they've done. They've researched ancient texts to find just the right words in the ceremony, and ancient Jewish traditions and what have you. So I felt somewhat intimidated getting up there and sharing a few words because I have to admit I didn't do nearly as much research. But I did spend a little bit of time, and there's a couple of things I wanted to share. One of them is just, I happened to find Ellen's diary. Ellen, I'm sure you won't mind my sharing this with 250 of your most intimate friends. But what I have here are some of the words that Ellen wrote when, it must have been shortly after she met Lenny and was thinking about him, and it says, "Hark, my beloved. There he comes, leaping over mountains, bounding over hills. My beloved is like a gazelle or like a young stag." I was really moved when I saw those words, but not nearly as much as when I noticed they were straight from the Song of Songs. But there are a couple other words or phrases that I'd like to share that I think are really special tonight, And then there's another one that's sort of it's so sick. And One of Ellen's favorites that I know of is there are no strangers here tonight, but only friends that I have not yet met. And of course, one we're all familiar with, which is don't worry, be happy. Well, there's like a couple other guys here who also did some research too, and they had a couple of things that they told me they also wanted to share. Some of Lenny's buddies, and I'm going to call some of them up here, guys.
Well, we went digging, and what we found were the original vows that Lenny had written before Ellen fixed them up a little bit. And what probably most of you don't realize is that Lenny is the original Valley Girl. The other thing is that Lenny has a way of sort of mixing his scientific life with his regular life, and so we thought you'd like to hear the original vows, and this is how they went. It said, Ellen, as we stand here tonight, this is totally awesome. Basically united, I promise to share my life. Next slide, please. As you can see in this slide, I basically promise to protect you, and actually, as we speak these rad vows, I will always basically open my heart and other parts to you. Awesome. And in conclusion, I would like to basically promise to be nice to you forever, and these are the original words of Lenny Kaplan.
Well, I'd just like to say that I love both Ellen and Lenny, and I would like to present a gift to them. If I could have them come up here for a second. There are a number of us who have lived with Lenny over the years. I don't know how much Ellen knows about his past. There are a few of us here tonight, and there are a number of us who are not present. And on behalf of all of us, I'd like to present something. It's in keeping with the tradition of something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. This doesn't keep with all of them, but it's old, it's been borrowed, and it's sort of blue. So I'd like to have Dr. Kathleen Alberts and Dr. Susan Nemeth bring something up here, which Lenny and Ellen, I'm sure, will get a lot of use out of. Now, on behalf of the people that are not here, I'd like to say that inside of this, there are parts of those of us that are not represented here tonight. So good luck, both of you, and mazel tov. Would you like to open it?
My mom and my Aunt Mona will be happy to get this back.
While we're waiting, I would like to share another couple of words with you. Words like love and honesty and laughter.
No, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
There are no great surprises at this point.
Words like cleanliness and order.
Clean it up a little.
Words like tradition, carrying on, but words like love and truth and commitment. Words that describe my special friend and my new special friend and my thoughts about your relationship that I know will only be stronger as the years go by. So please join in a toast, l'chaim. And clean up. I mean, they have them serving bread, they have them vacuuming.
Gifts we've gotten so far.
All right, that's it for the toast right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give all our toasters a nice round of applause. We have one more major toast coming up right a little later on for the best man. In the meantime, enjoy your meal.
And Michael from Cleveland and San Jose, wishing Lenny and Ellen a long life of health, happiness together, have nakas from their future generations that they're going to produce, and we wish them just the best of luck.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
We're in some beautiful restaurant here. It's the temple, honey. We got married today, like I told you.
Ellen, I'd like to wish you and Lenny a happy life together. I'd like to thank you for a wonderful childhood. I enjoyed being your slave in the summer of 1964 and the many other fundraising events that we had for the local children. And the thing I've always respected you for most was when you hit Gail Herner on the head with a hammer. You're a great person, and Lenny deserves you. I love you both. Bye-bye.
I haven't left the kitchen since early this morning. I have beef and salmon and croup and kishka and an array of vegetables, and I hope everybody enjoys.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Lenny and Ella, for cutting the wedding cake. And that means that dessert's coming very soon, folks. In the meantime. What a great job out there, all together. Have you done that before? There's a request for...
Thank you. My name's David Ehrman, for those of you that don't know me, and for those of you that do know me, it's also David Ehrman. But I just wanted to make a toast to Ellen and Lenny, and I've had some time to think about this, but that may not improve things. But I've actually been fortunate enough to be credited with introducing Ellen and Lenny, and I made a recommendation, having known Ellen for about 22 years and Lenny for about, what, 2 days? But his reputation preceded him, and he's obviously exceeded it beyond all expectations. And as I've thought about it, people have said that I was the catalyst, and in some ways that may be true, but technically a catalyst comes out of a reaction unchanged. And I think, if I could be honest, I've changed quite a bit by knowing both Ellen and Lenny, and I've been more than fortunate to see them throughout this time period over the last year. And Mindy, my wife Mindy, and I look forward to many years to seeing them together and growing with them and growing and loving them together. So please raise your glasses and say l'chaim to both of them.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. David Ehrman, and the wedding party. And now...
Because I'm a shorty. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Isaac Yom Tovian. I'm here with my 3 daughters, Nisha, Ezzy, and Leah, my wife, Dr. Roslyn, my sister Lydia from California that is visiting us, as well as Lenny and Ellen, and is participating in this simcha. Dr. Michael Frankel from Cleveland, my adopted sister Saideh and her husband Dr. Bagri. And if you haven't noticed, I'm the best man. You better believe it. And now I want to tell you how Ellen and Lenny chose the best man. You see, they design and plan every detail. Just look around here. Isn't it a great wedding? It's beautiful, isn't it? They have planned this night to the minute details. And how they chose the best man is the best part of it. You see, they took a piece of paper and started writing the names of all of the friends. And they ran out of paper. They borrowed some more paper. They kept listing more and more and more names. Finally, they had to decide what type of criteria to use to select one out of many, many names. So Ellen told Lenny, listen, the best man ought to be handsome. No 2 ways about it. So it kind of shortened a little bit the list. But then Lenny said, you know what? It cannot be any taller than I am. He has to be short. Then Ellen says, you know, the best man ought to look distinguished. He has to have lots of gray hair. That's all right. On and on and on criteria, and the list became shorter and shorter and shorter. And you know what was the last straw that broke the camel's back? They decided that the best man ought to love doctors. And you know what? My neighbors to the right are doctors, to the left are doctors, in front, in the back, and even at night I go to bed with the doctor. So there is no two ways about it, and you know I am stuck with the brother-in-law who is a doctor. He's a PhD and MD, both of them. So with that, I got the honor to be the best man. Now, I have to tell you how much I love doctors. You see, I'm a Sephardi, married out of my custom to an Ashkenazi woman, which I love very much. And Lenny is also a Minch, Ashkenazi Minch. But I have to tell you a story of this Sephardic Jewish doctor. I was born in Iran and we had a family doctor, a very nice man, older one, and he passed away. Then years after that, he told us what happened when he went to the gates of heaven. There was a very long line there, and Saint Gabriel, or angel Gabriel, was standing by the door there and asking everyone, son, what was your profession? I was a rabbi, go inside. I was a teacher, go inside. I was a nurse, go inside, on and on and on, and nothing really happens. This nice gentleman, the doctor, kind of gets close there and he says, boy, it's nothing, you know, all I have to say, I'm a doctor, and that's it, I'm in. He comes in and the angel asks him, what was your profession? He says, I am a doctor. Oh, as soon as he says doctor, you don't believe it, music went on and balloons all over, firecrackers all over, fireworks and so on and so forth. The doctor said, well, I know everywhere I go, you know, there is a special occasion for me, I'm a doctor, of course. But what's happening here tonight that for nobody else you did one of these fireworks? He said, well, it's not every day we get one of you. So that's how much I like the doctors. But let's tell you about the real seriousness about tonight. You know, anytime I go to a wedding, it's, no matter what age I am, it reminds me of my own wedding, and I kind of get excited and very emotional, and I know that all of you kind of think about your own weddings. Raz and I, we married in Israel, and tonight on the chuppah I saw Ellen drops of joy falling off her eyes. It was very much similar to our own wedding, and I was really moved by how much Lenny was shaking there, and the rabbi was holding his hand. So on behalf of Kaplans, Weiss, Yom Tovians, we open our hearts to you, Ellen, our arms to you, and welcome you to our family. We dearly love you, you know that. And I'm sure that you will join our family in all of our simchas, and we will have lots of it. From the standpoint of Lenny, now I got to tell you about Lenny. See, Lenny and I, we go ways, ways back. From the days of bachelor parties. When we used to go there and get blushed and flushed. Well, I'm not going to tell you what happened in those parties, but all I can tell you, he's a very modest man. And he's really a warm-hearted man and very sensitive. The best thing about him is you ought to invite him as a guest in your home. He knows that in our house, he's always welcome. As soon as he gets home, he cleans it up. Then he runs into the kitchen. He cleans the kitchen. He buys all of the grocery. He buys all of the raw material. He's a gourmet cook, you know. He brings all of that food home and he cooks it. He cleans the table, he sets the table, he even serves you. And you know what's the best part of it? After you eat the dinner, he even washes the dishes. Isn't that great? You are always welcome to our home. Anytime. And you know, this last August 20th, we had a small gathering at our home, and he brought Ellen with him. And they thought, well, new bride and groom and so on, they are going to kind of relax. But believe me, Ellen and Lenny worked. They prepared the food, they did everything for that party. So you are always welcome, Lenny and Ellen, to our home. Now, there is when I run out of words to say, which I'm kind of getting there, there is a special blessing that many of you have heard me to say it, and I always say it, and it's very frequent blessing that I say, and I know that you all know it. So if you would like, it's a Shehechianu, that I say it. If you would like, you can say it with me, because I think it's very appropriate. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Mazel tov, harbei nachatz, many girls and boys. Mazel tov. I've been run out of words. But we have a special birthday. As a matter of fact, it was yesterday, the 80th birthday of our beloved uncle, Uncle Lou. Would you like to join us here, Uncle Lou? I was asked to invite you here and have a happy birthday for you and say a couple of words for us.
A birthday party. What a beautiful wedding. I'd like to make a toast. Okay? I'd like to make a toast. However, his father, my brother, we were brought up in Westerly, Rhode Island, which is in New England. That's a long time ago. However, recently in the election, I voted for no more speeches amendment, but I lost, obviously, from what you can see. However, I taught my brother how to drive a car when he first made the inclination to want to drive. He lived on Staten Island. He had to take a ferry and go by land, sea, and air to my home, which was in Queens, Bayside. So he took the Staten Island ferry. At that time, they didn't have the Verrazano Bridge. And then he had to take a bus, then a subway, and then another bus. And then I picked him up. After several weekends like that, he made the suitable landing with his car, and he got the license. Community oriented was my brother Mars. He was affiliated with the Utilities Union in the city of New York, and he was the secretary. As a result, he had friendly representation in Congress and all the other politicos. As far as education was concerned for his children, that was a must. And we know the history. In 1969, Westerly, Rhode Island had its 300th birthday. A lot of birthdays around. They call it a sesquiennial. So Lenny, at the age of 11, accompanied his parents to Westerly, Rhode Island on that June day in 1969. His name was in the paper because his father was a former classmate of several on the newspaper staff. So he got headlined at the age of 11 that he visited with his parents from Staten Island. Most people in Westerly, Rhode Island had never heard of Staten Island until that moment. He was captain of the Westerly High School track team. Tonight, his spirit is with us. To lovely Ellen and her newly acquired husband, Lenny, a toast. The clock of life is wound but once, and no man has the power to tell just when the hands will stop, of what day or what hour. Now is the only time you have, so live it with a will, Don't wait until tomorrow. The hands may then be still. Toast. God bless you.
Thank you very much. That's Uncle Lou. Let's all sing happy birthday to Uncle Lou. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Nice round of applause for Uncle Lou. Beautiful toast. And our best man, Isaac Yom Tov. Thank you very much, Isaac. Great words.
תמיד לא חסר לנו ואל יחסר לנו מזון לעולם ועד. Blessed he and blessed be his name. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who feedest the whole world with goodness, with grace, with loving kindness and tender mercy. Thou givest food to all flesh, for thy loving kindness endureth forever. Through thy great goodness food hath never failed us. Oh, may it not fail us, having just acquired a new great nephew, Lenny. I will say Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Shekichanu b'mitzvotav l'tziyanu l'akdish Aman Hazeh. Thank you.
dance partners. Dr. and Mrs. Kaplan, and this was the final dance. Let's give them a nice round of applause. And the entire humongous wedding party, I thank you very much for joining us on the final dance. And now it's dance time for the wedding. for joining us in the dance.
This is it. Ellen, I'm so glad to be here at your wedding. I'm so glad you're here too. This is my buddy from a long time ago. From long time ago. 10 years, right? Over. 12? How many years? Yeah, about 12. Almost 4. We've been about 14 years. 14 years. This is a long time. I love you, sweetie. I'm glad you came. Thank you.
Come on, baby, now. We're gonna work it all out. You know you're too sweet, little girl. You know you're too so fine. Come on, too little closer now. Well, I know that you're fine. You're too sweet, little closer now. Let me know that you're mine. But just a little faster now. Let me know that you're mine. Just a little.
I have to say something. I'm going to get very emotional. It's a fabulous, fabulous wedding, and I wish the guys great times. Here's.
He's very glad he doesn't have to pick up the bill. I can tell you that.
I already picked up one, so it's her time.
He'll do it for her.
Fun. Yes.
Smile. Here we go. Be happy. Don't worry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ellen and Lenny, Donna and I wish you the best, and we want to bring you regards from the De La Rue clan in Boca Raton.
And if you get done with the room early, we're going to be there around noon. You don't have to check out till 3, so we'll use it for a few hours.
Short and sweet at this hour of the night. These remarks are not prepared, purely from my heart. First of all, I feel like the bride's sister. So it's all right that the MC up here called me the bride's sister. I feel like the groom and the bride's sister. Mazel tov to Lenny and Ellen. Those people who couldn't be here, my father, Lenny's father, are here in spirit, and the entire mishpacha in New York and in Israel. Mazel tov. I love you both very much, and I know you'll have a long and happy life together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rosalind. Nice round of applause for the bride's sister and the groom's sister. Okay, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Ellen throw the bouquet. And we'd like to invite all the single girls in the room to come up and try to catch the bouquet. One, two, here we go. 3, and girls for joining us on the throne of the bouquet. And now it's Motown time.